It looked like France might actually win a medal, but as their final runner received the baton, she was trapped behind the other passing runners. She pushed around them as fast as she could, but she fell woefully far behind the leading pack, and it seemed unlikely that they would have any chance to redeem themselves. Going into the finals of the 400-meter relay at the European Athletics Championships, Great Britain was the favourite to win, with Russia and Ukraine expected to be pushing for podium spots too. France had been performing well, and there was still hope that if they kept it up in the finals, they may even make the podium. But they certainly didn't seem to have the speed to contend for gold. As the race began, France was off to a solid start, staying in the centre of the pack and keeping up with the favourites. As the baton reached their second runner, Muriel Hurtis, she managed to claw the French team up to third place, sitting right on the tail of Russia and Ukraine. She even pushed her way into second for a brief moment until the Great Britain runner came storming into the lead. As the third runner, Agnes Raharele, took the baton, she battled for third place with the Ukrainian runner, but she couldn't keep up, and she fell back to fourth. It still wasn't over for France. There was still about 500 metres left of the race. Agnes was holding strong, and she kept up with the pace of the favourites. However, as Floria Guei received the baton and tried to head into the inside lane, she found herself dodging the other team's third runners, leaving her well behind the favourites. On paper, with a trailing gap this large, she didn't even have the ability to be in contention for a medal. Even if she matched her previous personal best, that still wouldn't be enough. The French commentators lost hope.
Parce que le podium est dessiné là-bas.
Ouais, c'est les trois favoris devant.
Ouais, et il n'y aura pas de podium pour le 4x4 français parce que là on revient pas.
The British commentator was also dismissive of Floria's chances of winning.
Floria Guei looking a little bit tired at the moment, looking as though France are now out of the battle for the medals.
That was until the runners came up to the final turn, and what Floria would later describe in interviews as an animalistic urge overcame her, and she began hunting down the leading pack. The gap slowly began to close, and as Floria's home country watched on, a glimmer of hope started to appear. Floria caught up to Russia. It was neck and neck between her and Great Britain, and then, as Floria reached the finish line, she leaned forward as far as she could, but after she crossed the line, she snapped out of her deep, concentrative trance. Seemingly stunned and unaware of what just happened, Floria looked at her teammates and they reaffirmed what she was having a hard time believing. Floria had not only run the fastest time of the day, she'd beaten her own personal best by nearly 2 whole seconds, and France won the gold medal.